Wildak Mithinson asked to speak with you in private, so you retired to your room at the Dragon Turtle Inn. There he revealed that he was in fact the Grand Druid of the Old Faith, Main Trainor, who used the persona of the bumbling Relics Roadshow host to travel freely around the lands. He offered to take you on a small trip to meet an ancient being who might have some answers for Hecate and related to the quests you had been undertaking. Travelling by the transport via plants spell, you left Amber Cove and arrived in Antaros, the oldest city on the Azure Sea and home to the Eldgak elves. The Grand Druid led you to meet with his friend Tel Harfei, the Ancient One, a wise and incredibly old elf who lived in the Ur-Tree. The Ancient One told you of the prophecy concerning Hecate and the reasons behind the Great Schism of the elves. Elven souls were being reborn into human bodies thanks to a terrible ritual conducted hundreds of years before by a coven of liches called the Green Hand. You were told that an ancient relic called the Soul Spark would be able to reunite the elven races somehow and defeat the new Green Hand cult. Suddenly, 3 portals opened up in the audience chamber of the Ur-Tree and several fey beings strode out, invoking the name of the Green Hand with the aim of assassinating the Ancient One. The Emerald Queen led the assault against you, and a tough battle saw you protect the Ancient Elf and defeat your enemies. After the battle, the Ancient One thanked you and identified your magic items, and took the drow babe that Tiberius was caring for under his wing. Armed with new knowledge and new allies, you returned to Amber Cove, and the Grand Druid returned to the form of Wildak Mithinson, telling you that he would contact you when he had news of the Soul Spark. So you find yourselves under the mid-afternoon sun in the Amber Market of Amber Cove. So it's about 4 o'clock in the afternoon now.
Right. What were we doing?
You're in the Amber Market in Amber Cove.
Well, that was a fucking waste of time, wasn't it? The baby's still not dead, and we've got no fucking idea what we're going to do when the vampire turns up. I'm out for a fucking drink.
We've seen the Duke, haven't we?
No.
We spoke.
You spoke. Oh,
No.
you spoke to him, and you were told to go back the next day.
Right.
To make your next plans and to see if any translation had been made of the strange scrolls and map that you'd found.
That clever Rodri had already solved it.
Actually, maybe we could have a look at this map now. We've got a bit of time. Maybe we could get a hedge around it. I think I need to retire to the turtle.
Just for your memory, those were the 2 documents.
Some pants.
So you're heading back to the Dragon Turtle, yeah?
Yeah.
I think I'm heading off for a drink.
Okay. You head back to the Dragon Turtle Inn. It's quite busy at this time of day.
Yep.
Where are we? Mansa and Hawthorne give you a nod from behind the bar as you enter.
Gentlemen, I think we're going straight to my room. Feeling too good.
That's right. We were sharing a room because we were worried about the vampire attacking. It's all coming back.
Yep.
Maybe we could all do with a bit of a rest.
I've had 4 days off the weed.
What time did you say it was?
It's about, well, it's getting on for sort of late afternoon now.
Oh yeah.
About 5 o'clock.
I'd just go up to the bar and order a drink.
Okay.
Sit at the bar.
I'm gonna order some food and take it up to my room.
Okay. Okay, you order some food. It's going to cost you a couple of copper for a meal, a copper for a drink. So, how was your trip then, Mr. Baron?
Tolerable.
You can, Atticus, Tiberius and Cat can make a perception check for me, please.
Ooh.
Perception. Oh, now what's going on? There we go.
Okay, all three of you notice a group of people. Hold on one sec. All three of you notice a group of people sitting quietly in the corner. Everyone seems to be keeping a distance from them. Sitting at the head of a table is a tall female tiefling with crimson red skin. Sat around the rest of the table are a short halfling with tanned skin, curly brown hair, and what appears to be grass growing out the top of his head. A tall, buff human, a short woman who's well armoured, and what you all recognise as a drow, but with completely white skin.
We run into another D&D group.
Yeah, we have.
Yeah. Do they want to take over our campaign? Are they trying to muscle in?
Yeah, I'm going straight up to my room.
Yeah.
I'm just going to have my drink, just keep an eye on my
Okay.
surroundings, keep my ears open like I normally do, listen to what's going on around me.
Yeah, I mean, the reason you notice them is that they stand out from the rest of the crowd, which is made up of dock workers and sailors from the various ships.
You got a monk, a couple of mages, a warrior, and I'm not sure what the drow is. Could be anything. Could be a lesbian.
You can make, let's see, probably not Cat. Tiberius and Atticus can make a history check. Tiberius can make it with advantage.
You hear that, Dave?
Stop.
Advantage.
Oh my god.
You want to dance? Let's dance. Take my advantage history roll.
Okay, Tiberius, you've heard tell of these tales of this group amongst the other blood hunters when you were at Sandorn Keep. This group you recognise from their distinctive appearance as a mercenary group called the Bloodsworn, rumoured to come from the far west beyond the Balnock Spine Mountains and the deserts beyond those mountains. It's said they've never abandoned a job, broken a contract or turned against their employer. Rumours say that in battle they're strangely silent, moving like well-orchestrated puppets, but that they're ruthless, bloody and efficient, and have cultivated a reputation that they can do any job, as long as the job involves killing, murder and mayhem.
So what they're called? The blood?
The Bloodsworn.
Bloodsworn. Right, I'll mince over.
We're like unknown almost.
Okay.
Greetings, friends.
They
Perhaps.
all turned to look at you. They were talking very quietly as you approached. The red tiefling tilts her head to the side and looks at you. You can see that she's got a large red pointed tail lashing from side to side under the table. Long horns that form a fearsome brow above her head. And long hair, the colour of ashes, is kind of flowing behind her as though there's a wind blowing it, even though there's no wind in the tavern.
Be careful, Tiberius. She's probably got a spiked clit too.
She looks at you. She looks you up and down.
I'll give her the yellow wolf eyes, not
Do-
quite transforming, but almost.
Do I know your nom?
What are they? Blood what? What were they called?
Bloodsworn.
Bloodsworn.
Bloodsworn. I've heard the tales of you mercenaries and your prowess in battle. But I'm afraid there's no work for you around here, because that's all taken by me and my compadres over there. So you may as well get out of town.
The tall, dark-skinned human is about to speak. The tiefling just holds up a hand to him before before any words escape his mouth, and she flashes you a grin of brilliant white teeth with 2 long fangs for canines. You say there's no work here, my friend, but we have just completed a job here.
What? You mooching in on our contracts?
I do not know. Did you have a contract to kill a werewolf?
No. Did we have a contract to kill a werewolf? I'll turn around because Tiberius is dead loud and doesn't hide anything.
You did have a contract to kill a werewolf. If you remember your friend Malk, the other blood hunter, the dwarf that you met in the tavern a while back, passed it on to you.
Yeah. So you stole our contract?
We just completed it.
Well, we were out diving in some wreck, gathering relics and fighting a shark cult. We were getting to it, but we're just, we're busy.
Well, you were out having your fun. We did your job for you, and we are now celebrating with the reward.
Well, who gave you the job, if I may inquire?
She nods over at the 2 twins behind the bar. I think he got tired of waiting for somebody else to do it.
Oh, so you thought you'd just muscle in on our action, did you?
Well, actions speak louder than words.
Can't argue with that.
My name is Sorrow.
Pleased to meet you, Sorrow. Round of drinks?
Oh, we couldn't take any more money off you. We already have your money.
Tiberius is like over-exaggerated laugh.
Let us buy you a drink.
Well, sounds good.
She puts her hand in the air, clicks her fingers. As she clicks her fingers, a little ball of flame appears around her hand, and she waves it in the air to attract the attention of one of the barmen.
I'll pull up a chair, turn it around the opposite way, and straddle it.
He little chin's not just coming over the back of the chair.
Yeah, legs just swinging in midair.
The drow leans forward. Her skin isn't just white. It's like marble. It's paper white, not pale, normal skin colour.
Okay.
Should we be wasting our time with this fool, Sorrow? The tiefling just turns round.
Watch your tongue, Drow. I'll cut it out.
She smiles at you.
Don't you think you're the only people around here with experience, do you?
So, I apologize for taking your work. Perhaps next time you will be a little bit more efficient.
Look back at my mates. Look back at them.
One of the twins, the barman's, comes over. Hey, we don't be wanting any trouble here, Sorrow. I'll get some drinks, eh? She nods, flashes him a grin of her fangs.
Well, we haven't had time to do the trivial jobs because we've been off, saving the world.
Of course you have. And
they only give us the top jobs.
And your name is, you said?
My name is Tiberius Greywolf.
Of
the Lycan.
I've never heard of you.
It's okay. You obviously don't get out much. And I'll fix him a stare like.
The barman brings back a tray with some shot glasses on, and he lays it down. He's looking like a little bit nervous.
Come on, who's up for a bar fight? Fuck it, let's do this shit. Come on, have it.
With an experienced party.
Yeah, we're not shabby ourselves.
When I'm on 45 damage, Dave's on 30 damage.
Well,
You
we'll meet
look
you outside after a long rest.
You look a little bit worse for wear, Nom. Sorry.
Oh, you know,
Tai-
like I say, we only get the tough jobs.
I'm very sorry to hear that, Mr. Delirious.
Tell me, what's the vampire's name? Huh? What's that vampire's name that's after us?
You asking me, or you asking Sorrow, mate?
Zolek.
Zolek is
Zolek.
the name of the vampire. Yeah.
Tell me, what do you know about Zolek? A vampire called Zolek. Have you had, dealings with him before?
She narrows her eyes and looks at you, and then she looks across at the halfling, and their eyes flash as though some communication is passing between them, but without words. And she turns back.
Sorry, go on.
I have heard the tale of the Archduke Aramastus.
You know, Drow Child, the Apocalypse, Prophecy, whatever you want to call it.
The drow leans forwards suddenly and slams one of her fists into the table, making the shot classes all jump up.
I got your fucking attention, didn't it?
You mentioned
Well, the child's been in our
a
possession
drow
for
child.
some time. Yeah, it's been in our possession for quite some time.
Her eyes narrow. How much time?
Oh, more time than you've got, because you're too busy off chasing fluffy werewolves.
Where did
They
you
started
find
this shit. I'm just gonna fucking finish it.
Where did you find this baby?
Oh, you know. I think it was in a swamp. Believe a witch had her.
She begins
What was
to.
that? I'll look over her shoulder. What was that witch's name again? That bitch we slapped up.
You got the baby off Murky Emerald Eyes.
Yeah, Murky Emerald. That was her name. Yeah. Actually, she was quite. We did her a favour and she gave us the child.
The drow stands up and Sorrow turns her head sharply towards her, and her eyes suddenly fill with fire. Sit down, Exandra. Now is not the time for your personal matters. The drow looks as though she's about to say something, bites her lip, and then sits down with a scowl.
I'll just snigger to myself.
So,
Yeah, you'll think you're in the know, do you?
so
What's
Miss-
next? What's next for the Crimson Pants Brigade?
I do not know for who you refer.
What are they called again?
The Bloodsworn.
Sorry. Yeah, I've closed that picture. Sorry. Can you send me that again, please? Dave?
Yes, okay.
What did you call them?
I'm losing the plot.
Crimson Pants.
Crimson Brigade. Pants Brigade.
You and your crimson pants coming round here. terribly drunk.
Another round of drinks then, as soon as our drow spilt the last lot.
Everything suddenly seems to have gone a bit quiet. There's some tension in the air. Not the obvious tension between you and the group, but within the group itself. Sorrow turns back to the drow she referred to as Exandra and says, "We will deal with this when the time is right, my friend. I am
Yeah,
sure Alejo is safe."
Or stand up, jump off the chair, turn it back round and shove it under the table. Till the next time.
She nods at you. Watch your back, Mr. Delirious.
Head's always on a swivel.
As you leave the table, you can hear, you can't make out what they're saying, but there's quite a heated argument starting to take place around the table.
Ha! Wound them up to fuck. Right,
This
I'll go back.
Tiberius walked behind me as I'm kind of leant on the bar with my head bowed, just enjoying my firework. Been listening to it all. I'm like, friends.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
We're going to get a bit spicy then for a minute.
Yeah, I was just feeling the water, seeing what they were about. Obviously got no stones, or else they would have kicked off.
They named the drow, baby.
Yeah, they've obviously got an interest in the drow child. I'm just trying to find out more about this drow child, Atticus. We need to know what's happening with it, what it's all about.
Which means not only will we be seeing Zolek again, we're going to be seeing them again.
Yeah, I think the two are connected. In fact, I wouldn't put it past it that they're working for the vampire. That's my theory. What's your take on it, Mr. Baron?
I'm not sure they'd work for a vampire, I don't know.
We did.
Zolek wants the baby dead.
From what you know,
Atticus turns his head and looks at Tiberius and says, "You did."
from what you
Actually,
know
yeah.
of the Bloodsworn's history, Tiberius, you know that they will take any job if the money is good enough, and they don't have any particular moral compass that would stop them taking a job off a vampire. If that's...
Yeah.
That might not be the case, but it certainly wouldn't stop them.
They're obviously here for a reason. Well, they're obviously just working, but I mean, they're poaching our contracts.
Don't worry about it, Tiberius. Things get more exciting the more enemies you have.
We've got our tasks to do. We'll just leave them to it. Eh? I'm sure we'll cross paths with them again.
I'll pour Tiberius a whiskey and just slide the glass across to him, lean on the bar again.
Okay. Okay, you go back to chatting. Atticus, you do pick up a rumour whilst Tiberius was having his face-to-face with the Bloodsworn.
Right.
You pick up that someone mentions that they needed some gaspweed potions, and someone else told them that they should go and see Olga Saltwood at the Saltwood storehouse if they wanted some. Rodri, you head back to your room and settle down for a rest. Can you make a perception check for me?
What number is this again?
Sorry, could you say that again, please, Mark?
What session number is this again?
Ooh, blimey, good question. 26, something like that?
29.
Oh, blimey, yeah. 29. Okay, you settle back in the small room. Actually, it's a large room, isn't it? Because you had a room between you.
Mm-hmm.
There's a few cabinets and a wardrobe and some 4 beds in there, and a bucket for any nighttime activities. And you're just starting to rest, and you feel your eyelids getting heavy, and you catch something out of the corner of your eye, and you look up quickly. You thought you saw something moving, but there's nothing there.
Who's this?
This is Rodri. He went up to the room.
Okay.
There's nothing there. All that you can see is the cabinet with a mirror on top.
I quickly cast a light cantrip just to provide some more illumination. Snap my fingers.
Okay. There's nothing that seems... You could have sworn you saw something moving, but yeah, there doesn't appear to be anything there.
I must be imagining things. I must be tired. Oh well. Oh yeah, I'll just go back to just looking at the map without really concentrating at it. Just
Okay. Can you make another perception check for me, please? Okay, you start looking at the map, studying the strange runes, trying to decipher them, and you start to put together that, if these are the three cities of Seaton, Keymouth and Amber Cove, could the writing be related to that, and so on. Suddenly there's something moves again in the room over towards the cabinet with the mirror on. You look up, but there's nothing there.
Right. Put the map down on the bed. Get up and walk over to the cabinet.
Okay.
So
Okay,
nice.
it's a wooden cabinet. There's a little bit of dust on it, though it has been cleaned recently. It's got little brass handles on the drawers. The surface is bare apart from this mirror, which is maybe a foot across and 2 feet in height on a brass stand.
Hello. Just look behind it and underneath it.
Okay, you can't see anything. Make another perception check for me.
Blowing into smithereens. Perception.
Yeah, you look behind the mirror, there's nothing there. You look under it, you can't see anything out of the ordinary. And as you take a step back, you just glance into the mirror. And behind you, lying on the bed, asleep, is Rodri.
I quickly turn around behind me and look at the bed.
There's nothing there.
Look back in the mirror.
You can see Rodri behind you, lying on the bed. And not only that, there's a shadow creeping up on him. Some shadowy form.
I'll grab my snake staff and say the magic words, Gibello, and bring the snake into the room.
Okay, there's a sudden hiss as you throw the staff onto the floor, and the rigid form of it begins to writhe from side to side as it transforms and grows. The snake rears up and looks around.
Can you see anything? Can you smell anything?
It seems to be looking from side to side. It doesn't seem to be focusing on anything in particular.
I'll look back in the mirror.
You look back in the
Look at
mirror,
shadowy thing.
and again, behind you in the room, you can see yourself reflected and the snake, but behind you, over your shoulder, lying on the bed, is Rodri. This shadowy figure is now reared up above him. There's something flashing in is it an arm or a hand? It's difficult to say.
I turn around to the bed and just fling myself where this shadowy figure would be.
There's a whooshing noise. The last thing you see is the shadowy figure striking down at the form of the bed, and then you suddenly jerk awake, lying on the bed. You look across. Your staff is lying next to you. It's not a snake.
Get up in bed. Pick my staff up and start swishing it around in the air all around me.
Okay. Yeah, there doesn't appear to be anything there.
Has this room got a window? I checked the window.
Yeah, the window is latched on the inside. It's you can look out over the docks.
I stride up to the mirror then, just stare in the mirror.
Okay, yeah. The mirror appears to be normal. You just see your own reflection. There's nothing out of the ordinary. Sweet dreams! Right, let's go back downstairs.
I was going to say, that could be a good time to... Oh no, I haven't got any spell slots. Yeah, okay.
I'm gonna, unless you want to say something now, I want to get an order of shots.
Yeah.
And I want to go back over to the Bloodsworn table.
Right, okay. It's going to cost, how many of them are there? There's 5, isn't there? So it's going to be 10 copper, so a silver piece.
Okay. Yeah, I can do that. One. And I'll walk back over to the table.
Okay.
And lay around the drinks on the table.
Sorrow looks over at you. The tall, dark-skinned man reaches across, just picks up one of the drinks and just knocks it back.
For what it's worth, the drow child is... I'll look the drow in the eye. I I said, for what it's worth, the drow child is safe and in good hands. Until I figure out what the prophecy is all about. Because, as you can respect, a blood hunter is not going to bargain with a vampire.
The drow stands up. Both her hands are gripping the table. If anything, her already alabaster skin has gone even paler. The short woman in the armour reaches across and grabs her arm, and you can see from the vibration that it's shaking. Where is Ralaho?
Tell me of Relahu. I bear this child no ill will. I have protected it since the day the child came into my possession. I'm not a monster. If you can't take the word of a blood hunter, then who can you take the word from? Tell me her story, so I may understand this child better and decide her fate, perhaps. Educate me.
Sorrow glares at Exandra again. Her eyes flare slightly with flame, and Exandra sits down. She's kind of forced down by the lady in the armour as well. But you can still see she's shaking with anger and frustration. And Sorrow turns back to you. It is possible that the baby you speak of is the nephew of my friend. Tell me, did this baby have any strange birthmarks?
Would I have noticed because I spent considerable time with the child?
I mean, it depends. There was nothing obvious, but did you undress the child at any point?
Yeah, I'll have changed the kid's nappy and fed the kid and bathed the kid on our journeys.
It did have a mark on its belly. It was, you didn't think anything of it at the time. It was just like a skin blemish. It wasn't a tattoo, or it wasn't clearly defined or anything that stood out. Thinking back to it now, though, it did look uncannily like an eye.
I believe the child bore a mark, tattoo, birthmark, whatever you call it, of an eye. And I'll look the drow in the eyes.
The drow starts to spit out some venomous words, and do you understand Elvish?
I can speak Elvish. No, seriously, I can.
You can never tell with Rich, can you?
No, seriously, I can.
Okay. You can indeed. So she's speaking in Elvish. She's saying, Sorrow, he has Raleho. We must rescue the babe. Katera, get your hand off me. And there's a few Elvish swear words in there as well.
What was the name of the chap we left it with, the ancient one?
Yeah, the ancient one, Tel Harfei in Antaros.
Right. I'll pass the drow a shot, and I'll say you'll find the child with Tathanos Arthane, the ancient one.
The ancient one in Antaros?
Yes. Do we have an accord?
Sorrow, we must go to Antaros. Sorrow looks across. We will, Exandra, but we have a job to do first, and the Bloodsworn always do the job they are paid to do. I promise you, once this is dealt with, we will go to the city, and we will take back your nephew. Sorrow turns back to you. My friend's nephew was rescued from the drow stronghold of Menzo Berranzan. It was to be sacrificed by the priestesses of Lulth. Exandra, stole the baby from the priestesses. She cannot return to her homeland under threat of death.
Well, I've done you a good turn. Now you can do me one. So what is your next mission?
I would tell you if I was able, but part of the contract stipulates that we cannot divulge. Though I can tell you we will be leaving Amber Cove soon and heading north.
I respect your code. No hard feelings. And I'll get up and walk back towards Atticus.
Okay.
Does the drow seem to have calmed down a little bit now?
The short, dark-haired woman is talking to her, sort of whispering in quite an urgent manner and gesturing with her hands. She does seem to be calming down a bit.
I'll just give him a nod as I walk off from the table. Safe travels.
Atticus holds
And
up
to
the
you.
whiskey bottle in front of him and asks the barman how much. For the bottle.
For the bottle, let me check.
Because they're not going to be able to overpower the ancient anyway. So if they're there for
No.
ill will, it'll just fuck them up anyway. So there's no harm in telling them where the kid is.
It may well be that he assesses that they're the right people to have it and gives it to them.
Exactly. It's
It's
out of
okay,
our
yeah.
hands now, and we've just got to deal with the vampire. Because I've got.
Well,
a
we
blood
know
pact
he'll
with him.
make the right decision. We know he'll make the right decision.
Yeah.
Either way.
I've just got to deal with this fucking blood pact.
That'll be 6 silver, please.
Okay, let me just mark it off. Okay.
Okay, by this time...
I look at Tiberius and pick up the bottle of whiskey and say, I've got to go and dress these wounds. And I head off upstairs.
Yeah, I think we should all
Okay.
get some sleep.
Okay, you go and you settle the bar bill. As you're about to leave, Tiberius, you sense someone standing behind you, and you turn round and you see the drow woman standing right behind you. She looks down at you.
My lady,
She sighs heavily.
what can I do for you?
She looks across over her shoulder at the table at the other Bloodsworn, all of whom are turned in their chairs watching her. She gives another sigh. Thank you. And then she turns and walks off.
I'll continue to my bed.
Okay. So, you all head upstairs where you find Rodri sitting nervously on one of the beds.
Oh, thank God you're back. Thank God you're back. I think I just had the weirdest waking dream. Could you just do me a favour and just look in that mirror in the corner and tell me what you can... Just look in the mirror and tell me what you can see.
Look in the mirror, what can we see?
You can see the rest of the room and your companions and yourself reflected, as you would expect.
Is there anything there that shouldn't be there?
Have a look around, is there?
Not that you can make out, no?
It all looks normal to me, Rodri. What's going on?
Kat, can you make an Arcana check for me? You can sense that there has been some you can tell from sometimes when you're feeling close to the source of your power, you can almost see the weave. The weave is a strange, almost theoretical energy that binds everything together like a web or a network. And one of the theories is that magic comes from the weave. By pulling on different strands of it, you can affect the real world. And there's something has recently disturbed the weave in this area, in this vicinity.
Okay.
Anything?
Atticus, you can't see anything out of the ordinary in the mirror.
Okay.
There is something. I'm not. I can't be sure. I think something's disrupted this area. It just doesn't feel right.
There
Are
was
you
something.
sure alone?
Well, there was something here in this room, and I don't think it was a very nice something. I think we need to be on our guard tonight. I think something tried to attack me, or might, or will in the future. I don't know.
Is my danger sense active?
Your danger sense isn't active, no.
Okay. I don't think there's an immediate threat, but I'd definitely be on watch tonight.
It's just a slight disturbance you can sense in the weave. The strands of the weave are kind of settling back to where they should be. But it's a sign that magic may have been used in the area.
So I'm not imagining things then, Nikate. There's definitely something here, maybe. Right. First watch, second watch, third watch, fourth watch. I don't mind doing the first one. I've still got to just do a little bit on this, with this code. I'll do that while I'm up, and then I'll wait the next one.
Okay.
Did I get my short rest?
So you didn't, but you're about to take a rest. Did you? So are you doing anything else, anyone, for the rest of the evening, or are you resting and recovering your wounds?
Yeah, just resting.
Yeah, I'm getting a long rest. I need to heal fully.
Okay.
Or at least trying to get a long rest.
Tiberius has made some new friends, and there seems to be a bit of a disruption. That can't be a coincidence.
Oh.
So everyone settles down. Rodri, you start studying the map and the parchment, and after a while, you start to forget about what happened. Not forget it, but it's not preying on your mind. You get really engrossed, and nothing else untoward happens for the rest of the evening. So I'm just going to kick the time on by a few hours. There we go.
Okay. Haven't we got it? We should go back to the... So, what are we going to do? I guess we should go back to the Duke. See if we get better information.
Wait,
Audrey, how are you doing with that deciphering?
I think I found something. What was the name? What was the name of the Duke's advisor? Flame something. Flames in her. Flames.
Flames.
Was it Flames in her? No. I think Flamesinger, wasn't it? Well, look. If you look here on this map, and in the bottom corner, there's 3 towns listed: Seaton, Keymouth, and Amber Cove, and next to them is a name. And next to Amber Cove, that like Seaton has got Aberleth.
Udor, his name was Udor Flamesinger.
Well, next to Seaton is the name Aberleth. Next to Keymouth is the name Conch. But next to Amber Cove in this strange code is the name Flamesinger.
Maybe we should try and speak to the Duke alone without this Flamesinger. Let him choose what his action should be.
Could be a spy in his court. Yeah, very good idea. Oh my God, I've got to warn him.
You're due to meet the Archduke at midday. Was what you had agreed. If you want to head up there before, you can. But that was the arranged time of the meeting.
As well.
Okay, so you get up. You're all quite well rested.
Rodri, Hecate,
What?
do you, either of you, have any way of speaking magically over distance?
No.
No service reception.
How many bars are we looking at for you?
Yeah. I'm not getting a signal, I'm afraid.
Stand on the roof.
What are we talking here? 3G, 4G, 5G? Come on.
Stand up, start waving your staff around in the air, trying to get the right position.
Stand on top of the bed and put it in the corner of the room. No, nothing. Still nothing.
We just know
No.
5G coming out the dark hell.
The number you have dialed has been recognised.
Which model you've got? Oh god.
We've got to find a way of getting word to the Duke without Flamesinger being present.
Perhaps
Who
we
was
can
Flame
just-
Singer again?
Maybe I've got a way. Neil, is there? Have we got any factions here? Is there like a local sort of like spy house?
From the Seekers, you mean?
Yeah, for dropping for my guys. Just I need to work out. They may already have a conduit straight to the Duke, so I'm going to see if I can find my. I take it I know where the safe houses are.
You know, you don't know all of them because
No,
they
of
tend
course
to
not.
operate very independently. A lot of them.
I'd at least know who to look for in what bar or.
Yeah,
yes.
I'm just checking now. I don't think there is that you know of.
Okay.
But Amber Cove is a little bit. It's still part of the Empire, but it's a wilder part. They have their own ways, and it's not as civilized as the lands you come from.
Okay. All right. No worries.
Perhaps we should just go up to the Duke and ask to have a word in private.
As long as Flamesinger's not present.
Yeah, we have to do it without arousing his suspicions. That's going to be tricky. We need someone cunning enough to set up a meeting. But we haven't got anybody like that, so we're screwed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the fact is you are newcomers to this town. You're a little bit outsiders. You don't know too many people here. You do know a couple. You know Storr Hornraven, who is a sailor in the Duke's fleet, who was on board the ship that you sailed into Amber Cove on, if you remember. The tall, dark-skinned man.
Yeah, he's probably going to be at one of our best routes in, isn't he?
We could go see him. Why not?
Sounds like a plan.
Seems like a good idea.
See if you can get us an audience with the Duke.
The Duke. Yeah, but do we know where we'd find him? He did tell us, didn't he?
He was going back to the Duke's fleet. You remember as you sailed in, you saw the Duke's fleet in the harbour, a series of long ships, the prows of which had all been fashioned on the bowsprits. They had models of different mythical beasts like griffins and mermaids and things like that.
Okay. So I guess we head to the fleet and see if we can find him before we go to the...
Yeah.
Let's bring the pieces of parchment with us, Rodri. We need to show evidence.
I've got them in my scroll case. They ain't going. They're not going anywhere.
Let's go downstairs, grab a bite to eat and leave.
Okay, you go downstairs, you grab some food. It's a copper piece for a drink and 2 copper for a meal, if anyone wants anything to eat.
Yeah.
I'll mark it off. I'll have a drink and a meal.
Okay. There's no sign of the Bloodsworn. It's quite quiet in the tavern now.
There we go. Done.
Okay.
Head over to the fleet.
So you head out of the Dragon Turtle Inn and head down to the docks. Ooh. Yeah. There we go. So you head out into the harbour, surrounded by the Great Sea Cliffs, and a little way off from the docks, you can see anchored alongside the cliffs to the north and the east, the longships of the Duke's fleet. They don't appear to be on the west side of the harbour. You can ask someone if you want to try and get a message over to the fleet on the other side of the harbour.
Is there no taxis or anything over there?
No.
Ask a local fisherman, walk up to see if I can see any local fishermen.
It's probably a little late for fishermen, but there are quite a few dock workers about loading crates and so on, walking up gangplanks with barrels over their shoulders of various provisions and things on some of the ships. The western side of the harbour seems mainly mercantile.
I walk up to one of them. Sailor, where can we find a way to get a message to the fleet?
You could ask Malak.
Where's Malak?
He nods over towards a small shack near the furthest pier from you.
I nod at him. Just start walking over there.
Okay, you go up to the shack. There's a queue of people outside it. They seem to be waiting to go inside. From their dress and being a seagoing man, most of them appear to be first mates, or there's even a captain or two, and they're all sort of tutting and shuffling impatiently as they wait to be summoned inside.
I just wait at the back of the queue,
Okay.
and I'm going to judge to see how long each person
You think it's probably going to take an hour of queuing by the rate they go in. The people next to you are moaning about Malak and the time it's taking. And
Who's this Malak then?
it's the harbour master, isn't he? We can't leave port without his say-so and papers signed.
Oh, officialdom. Sign here, sign there.
Yeah, that's the right bit.
What's the name of that dude again?
Which dude?
The one that we're going to see.
Storehorn Raven.
Storehorn Raven from the Archduke's court. Loyal to the Archduke Redax. Okay.
Nice.
I just look at Rodri. Well, I suppose we better get this moving. I just walk past everyone and go to the front of the queue.
Okay, there's a woman who tries to grab hold of your arm and go, "Oh, there's a queue here, mate."
Fuck off.
Oh, right.
Sorry, madam. Sorry.
Okay. You stride into the hut. It's quite dark in there. There's a small lantern swinging overhead, but it's not shedding much light. There's a large desk with a lot of papers on one side. Sitting behind it with his feet on the table is a man in his 50s, probably, with a wide balding head and salt and pepper stubble on his face. And he's puffing away on a pipe with his eyes closed. There's no one else in there.
What's Hornraven's rank? Is he like Admiral of the Fleet, or what is he?
He's not an admiral. You're not sure. You think he might have been one of the captains on the ship.
Okay. Meldrak.
The bald man opens his eyes. I don't believe I said for the next person to come in.
You didn't. Commander Baron, I need to speak to Captain Hornraven. How do I get a message to him?
In the Duke's fleet?
Yes.
His eyes... Yeah, go on.
I've got a silver coin in my hand. I'm just rolling round in my fingers.
I'll click my fingers and cast the light cantrip on my fingers. A bit dark in here.
Ah! He covers his eyes slightly, but you can see that he's watching the coin dancing across Atticus's knuckles. He kind of licks his lips and leans forwards. Well, I suppose I could arrange for someone to row over and fetch him, but I'd have to pay him.
How about 5 silver? Would that cover your expenses?
All the paperwork I'd have to fill out for getting a boat out there, it'd cover mine just about. But I'd have to shove a silver towards the boatsman as well.
Let's call it 10 silver. I get out. I haven't got time to barter. I need to speak to the captain.
10 silver? All right. Well, of course, sir. Please take a seat. Would you like a drink?
Just no. Shake my head. No. Just wait.
Right.
Right. Let me mark that off. Hang on, I just need to mark.
Yeah, it's 1 gold, 10 silver.
10 silver. That'll do.
He gets up, he brushes the ash off from the pipe he was smoking off his belly, kind of waddles around the desk. All right, well, if you just want to wait here, I'll go and see what I can do. And he holds out his hand to you.
I'd give him the coins.
Okay. He disappears out of the hut. As he leaves the hut, you hear several raised voices. Malak! Oi, tall ship! Come on, we need to speak to you! In a minute, official business! He disappears off down the dock. After about 20 minutes or so, he comes back into the hut, and then a shadow falls across the doorway as the very tall and burly form that you recognise as Hornraven standing at the doorway. He looks around. What is this all about, Malak? And then he spies you all standing there, and he gives you all a big grin. Ah, my friends, it is good to see you again.
Dor, how are you? I walk over and give him a handshake.
Okay, he grips you by the forearm and shakes your arm vigorously. I am well. It is good to be home at last.
We need to get a message to the Duke, directly to the Duke and no one else. Can we perhaps take a walk along the pier and I can discuss it with you?
He looks at over your shoulder at Malak, who's listening very intently. Yes, I think that is a good idea, my friend. You go about your normal business, tall ship. Oh, yes, of course, Captain Hornraven. Yes, sir. Next! Okay. He leads you out, and you stroll along the pier till you're some distance away from any other people. So, what is this about? You need to speak to the Archduke.
Roderick, explain what you found to store.
It's terrible. It's terrible. It's absolutely terrible. I think the Duke's in danger. I think everybody here is in danger.
Rodri, collect
yeah.
your thoughts. Go through it in chronological order.
Okay.
You are making a report.
Right. Crashed ship. Strange creatures. Tried to kill us. Killed the villagers. We found these, and I'll wave the parchments. We found these. This map and this strange writing on the ship. I think I've decoded it. It's most troubling. What do you know of the Mr. Flamesinger at the Duke's court?
He starts chuckling as Rodri starts to relay the tale. My friend, you are not a great teller of tales, and I do not understand everything that you say to me. But I can tell that it's a matter of some urgency. Flamesinger is the Duke's trusted advisor. His workshop is in the large tower you can see on the other side of the harbour. And he points up at this tall tower with a kind of blue and red spiral design painted on the outside leading up to the top. He is a natural philosopher. He studies the animals of the sea. But he has faithfully served the Archduke for many years.
Well, this Flamesinger, I think they know him. I think he's working for them. Look, in the corner, I decoded it, and that clearly says Flamesinger next to Amber Code.
My friend, I will have to take your word for these matters.
Seaton, what do these names? Aboleth, does that mean anything to you?
He shakes his head.
Or conch? I don't know what a conch is.
A conch is a shell.
But these are names assigned to settlements along the coast in this strange alien writing, and Flamesinger is listed next to Amberco. What do you know of? Have you heard of Sea King Tentrix of the Black Armada?
My friend, your words blow like the winds on the open ocean, first in one direction and then another. Please slow down. I can see this is a matter of great concern. I find it hard to believe that Flamesinger would mean the Archduke any harm, but I will do my best to get you to the Archduke. Your second question was about some Sea King?
Sea King Tentrix of the Black Armada. We think it's... I don't know, it might just be the name of the enemy's fleet or...
I do not know this name, this Black Armada or this Tentrix, but Sea King is a title normally used by the pirate kingdoms in the southern chain, in the pirate city of Monmerg.
Monmerg? I don't think I've heard of Monmerg.
You've heard tales of Monmerg. It's a far-off city far to the south where the pirate fleets reside. The Sea Princes, as they're referred to. You've heard that their leader is a famed pirate called Shepherd Hamandatorian. It's a place of sort of dockside tavern tales where people of all races go. It's a lawless place, though the pirates have a strange code of their own. But it's supposed to be the capital of the pirate isles, if you like.
Excuse me.
Well, if Flamesinger's name is written in this script on the same sheet as a Sea King, it's terrible.
My friends, I do not understand, but understanding is not required. Follow me. And he starts to march off.
I nod and follow him. As we're walking, I say to Rodri, "That was good, Rodri, but we're going to have to explain, I think, to the Archduke how you deciphered it so he can understand. I think he's a clever man. He will understand. But we need to explain it to him so he can see for himself instead of just trusting us that these squiggles say the name of his advisor."
Yes, you're right. Yes. Sorry.
So he sees it with his own eyes instead of trusting us. We need to explain to him how it's deciphered.
I think it's based on semaphore. I'll remember that. I'll tell him.
A nod. Semaphore is well enough known.
Yeah, looking at the designs on the page, the strange code, Atticus, you don't know how you didn't see it before, and when Rodri explains it to you, it does look like, arm positions in that you would use in semaphore to signal from ship to ship at sea.
Semaphore is well known. Hopefully he'll understand quickly and then we can show him.
Okay, Storr leads you back into the city. His long stride sets quite a pace and you kind of have to shuffle to keep up with him. As he leads you round back to the gate leading over the bridge, over the Amber River, and up towards the gatehouse of the Amber Rise Keep. The crumbling fortress stands before you. Storr goes forwards and talks to some of the guards, and then after it doesn't look like an easy conversation, but eventually after a few minutes one of the guards goes and opens the gate and Storr beckons you through. He leads you into the fortress through the huge pair of iron-banded doors, through cold stone corridors that have obviously seen better days. A lot of the masonry work is crumbled and cracked in places. The taste of salt on the air as you go through the winds sort of getting in through the cracks in the windows. But he leads you back to the immense feast hall lit by flaming braziers that you were in before, and goes and talks to the guard at the doorway. We must wait here a moment.
Thank you, Storr. We appreciate your help.
Mm-hmm. Most helpful.
Okay. After about 10 minutes, the guard opens the doors and announces the name of Captain Store Hornraven of the Duke's fleet and companions, and you're marched in to the feast hall, and the weather-beaten Archduke Berenger Redax rises from his throne. He walks forwards and grasps Store by both his forearms, and they shake. They obviously know each other relatively well.
Power.
Hello, Lord.
Freemasons.
Thank you for
nods at
saying it. We really appreciate it.
My
Sorry, go on.
Store just says, "My lord, these are my friends. I believe that you know them already. They have urgent news for you." He looks up at you. "So, how did you get on in Wolfhall?"
Is there anybody else here apart from the Duke and Store?
There's 2 guards at the doorway.
Is there any chance we can have privacy? I look at the guards.
The Archduke looks at you questioningly. "You can speak here freely."
It's okay. It's okay, Atlas. I can't see him anywhere. Obviously, meaning Flamesinger.
I'll go over and distract the guards.
On our adventures, we have come across some information about the attacks we warned you of that may be coming along the coast here. We have found some parchments that shows code of directions and areas of attack. Are you familiar with Semaphore, Lord?
"Of course I am. In my youth I sailed the seas."
Great respect to you, sir.
You got
Oh, Rodri, I
Yes.
believe it's your turn to shine.
right. Yes. We found these parchments. These 2 parchments. One of them contains a long message mentioning a laboratory in Berranzo, which I believe is the mine, and this other one is a map.
We discussed the strange markings yesterday, and Flamesinger went to translate them. We were due to meet today to discuss their meaning.
Forgive me, my lord, but we have also translated them, and what we've discovered is quite unsettling. There's 3 settlements of Seaton, Keymouth, and Amber Cove, and they all have.
Rodri, show him as you're explaining.
Yeah, here. Pull the parchment with the map on.
Okay, you lay it out on the table in front of the throne.
S&C Cove, K for Keymouth, and A for Amber Cove with the. What did you say those red stars were, Atticus?
They are symbols for. They were symbols for battle attack lines or something. Wasn't
Yeah,
it? What was
it was. Yeah. The Archduke and Store look at each other and then look back at the map, and they both nod.
And there is what I believe to be the mine at Berranzo, below Amber Cove. Seems to be a symbol of a pit head, and that strange alien head. If you ever believe that the laboratory is, but worse than that, in the bottom left, I've managed to decode the words. First one being Seaton, and then a name Aboleth.
As you say that, the Archduke takes a step back. He seems to have gone slightly pale at the mention of the word Aboleth.
Keep an eye on the Duke. Go on, Rodri.
Then Keymouth and Conch. But more worryingly, and I've lowered my voice, is Amber Cove and the name Flamesinger.
Now, my lord, we do not know what this means. It might mean that that is someone to find and kill. But I have a plan.
Oh.
I think if we do not let Flamesinger know, as I say Flamesinger, I run my finger along the semaphore that says Flamesinger in front of him.
Yeah.
If we don't let him know that you've deciphered it, let's see if he mentions if his own name is on there. If your name is on there, then you know that you may be being deceived. This is why we wanted to speak to you in private, Lord.
He strides up to his throne and he sits down. He leans forwards and rests his chin on his hands. He's deep in thought and he doesn't say anything for a full minute. His brow furrowed, his eyes flickering from side to side as he works through all the connotations of what you're saying. Then he looks up at you. My thank you, Captain Hornraven. You did well to bring this news to me. And my thanks to you as well.
My lord, so we think we may also have a source, a name behind this threat. Here, in the top right of the map, I've decoded it to read Seeking Tentrix of the Black Armada. I do not know if that means anything to you.
It does not. These 3 cities are the largest human settlements in the world. They are the beating heart of the Cerulean Empire. I find it very hard to believe that any Sea King could attack the 3 most well-defended cities in the Empire. But
What if they've got a kraken?
Yes, what if they have us from under the sea?
Let the Lord speak.
Sorry.
we cannot take the risk that this is some fantasy or misdirection. We must make defense ready. Captain Hornraven, I know you have been away from Amber Cove for some time. I know that your heart yearns to join the fleet here again, but I'm afraid I must ask you to leave us one more time and travel north to Keymouth and then to Seaton and carry urgent messages to the Emperor and to the Duke of Seaton. I will write these and provide them to you. The Duke's fleet will be made ready for the defence of Amber Cove. I cannot believe Flamesinger means me any harm, but I'm a practical man, and I believe your idea is not without merit, Commander Baron. I am not without my own sources of information, and I know you have served the Imperial Navy well in the past. I see no reason to distrust what you are telling me. So we will summon Udor here and see if he has translated the writings himself. I will send orders out to the Duke's fleet to make ready for defence of the city. Storr, once I've written the letters, will leave the city on our fastest picket and take them to Keymouth and Seaton. And depending upon the outcome of our discussion with Udor, we cannot spare the men from the defence of the city to investigate Berranzo. I know it is outside your original quest when you were sent here, but I would ask that you investigate. We need more information.
I nod my head at him and say, "We're honoured with your trust, Lord. Whatever you need."
He barks at one of the guards. Fetch Flamesinger!
Oh, I better hide these. I better gather up the parchments and hide them.
Rodri's just scrabbling at the desk. Brilliant. Inspiration, please, for Rodri. That image is excellent. Everything's really serious. And
Yeah,
Rodri's
granted, Rodri's a little bit out of his depth in this kind of company. He's a stranger to civilized places at the best of times, so yes, you can have a point of inspiration, Rodri.
Oh, thank you very much.
I'm gonna
Brilliant.
step into the shadows and hide.
We're all just there going, aha!
Okay, can you make a stealth check for me, please?
Yeah, just in case it goes south with flames.
I don't believe you get advantage on stealth.
Don't think so.
But he is pretty tiny. Give him a break.
Yeah, that's true. You can hide behind the plant pot in the corner.
Laugh it up, fuzzball.
Anything with small salt. Oh,
It's a positive.
Shit. Hang on. What was it? Hide.
Is it stealth,
Oh.
isn't it?
Stealth.
Do a height check.
So, Tiberius, what are you doing in the corner?
Okay.
See if I can hide.
Okay, just needed to check Udor Flamesinger's passive perception. Okay, so the Archduke comes back down to the table, calls for a quill and ink and parchment, and takes some time to start writing out letters for Storr to take on his mission. It takes maybe 15 minutes, and he finishes them off. He rolls them up, and he stamps them with his official seal, which he wears around his neck, into melted candle wax, and then he hands them to Storr. My friend, yet again, Amber Cove is in your debt. Next time you return to us, I will not ask you to leave again. I know what it means to you to leave this place. Storr bows. Thank you, my lord. He looks and he bows to you all as well, my friends. And then he strides out of the hall.
I'll just give him a little wave from behind the plant pot.
He flashes you a grin of his white teeth.
What is that guy doing?
Please give me your credit card deed.
After about another 10 minutes, the guard enters the feast hall. Udor Flamesinger! To enter. You see Udor Flamesinger enter the room again. Let me just give you an image as a reminder. He's tall and regal looking, long white hair, a long and neatly trimmed beard, wearing deep blue robes, and he has the sea eagle sitting on his shoulder that you saw before.
Or if you said C.
My lord, you summoned me. Yes, my friends, come in, Udor, come in. We are meeting a little earlier than we planned. I do apologise to drag you away from your studies. Oh, my lord, it is no trouble at all. He sees you all standing there and he nods and bows to you.
Nod at him.
Does he see me?
He does see you, I'm afraid. He kind of looks over Atticus's shoulder at you hiding behind the plants by the door and gives a slight furrow of his brow and a quizzical expression.
I'll just start tending the plant as though I was nurturing it.
Okay, he's styling it out. Nice.
Nice.
I just water it with my, water skin.
Well, I have been up most of the evening, my lord, and I have good news. I have managed to translate the scrolls that our friends here returned from Wolfhall with.
You mean
Excellent
the,
work, Flamesinger. I knew I could rely on you, my friend. Yes, of course, my lord.
Wonderful.
I suppose you'd be referring to the blood mercenaries, would you? Your friends.
He looks a little quizzical. I was referring to you, my friends.
Sorry, a little sidetracked there, confused. It was
Down there in the corner.
I shall continue to tend to the plant.
He excitedly lays the copy he made of the scroll out on the table. Now, if you see, my lord, it took me a little while to crack, but these symbols here represent the arm movements in semaphore.
Of course.
The message, as far as I can make it out, reads, Karg, bring the prisoners to my laboratory in Berranzo. You will be well rewarded. If you fail, you will become my latest experiment, Thiliosk. Good work, my friends. And the map? Oh, yeah, yes, my lord. He fishes out the copy of the map he made and lays it out. Here you can see this map we all recognise is the Imperial coastline. And here the S, K and A obviously refer to Seaton, Keymouth and Amber Cove. And
Amazing.
the names of each city are written next to them in the code. Up here in the top right, the code refers to Sea King Tentrix of the Black Armada. I do not know who Sea King Tentrix is, my lord, though Sea King is a title held by many of the sea princes in Monmerg. Now, look, if you look down here in the bottom left of the map, you can see some more writing, and each of them refers to one of the cities. So here we have the word Seaton, and next to it, the word Aberleth. Here we have the word Keymouth, and next to it the word Conch. And this last one is most concerning, my lord, but next to Amber Cove is the word Flamesinger.
Fuck.
Flamesinger? How would you explain this, Udor? I can't, my lord, I do not understand. But it's there as plain as day.
He's fucking solid.
Fuck, he checks out. He checks
Fucking
out.
checks out, son. He's solid.
He's a straight up
Really
gazer.
are. Fucking solid, son. I know.
Udor, we believe there may be an imminent attack upon the city. I would ask you to return to your studies and do what you can to aid in the defence. I know you have contacts with the undersea kingdoms, and that your studies of the marine life around here may help us somehow. Do what you can. I leave it in your hands. Yes, yes, of course, my lord. An attack, you say? Oh dear. Oh dear me. My lord? Yes, my friend? Why is my name here? I do not know, but I will order a cadre of the guard to escort you back and guard your tower for you. Yes, thank you, my lord.
After he's
Why
left,
is? Sorry.
I say to the Archduke, Lord, is he a man of power? Flamesinger.
Flamesinger's still there. Are you gonna say that in front of him?
No, okay, if he's still there, I address it to him. I look at him and I say, Flamesinger,
Yes,
are you a man of power?
I am a man of... I am a man of Amber Cove. I am a scholar. And I am
You're
a
a
man of
scholar.
knowledge. Knowledge is a form of power, I think.
Explain to me what you would do as the ships cross the horizon. What would be your actions as they attack the city?
I have dedicated my life to the study of natural philosophy and the marine animals around here. He looks up at Archduke Berenger, almost as if asking permission
We're
to
all
go on.
friends here.
And the Archduke nods. Go on, my friend. I have developed a way of communicating with some of the animals of the ocean. It may be they can provide us some early warning or help with the defence.
Then that is why you are a target to them. You are part of a great defence. And I look at the Archduke and say, and that means they're coming not only on the waves, but from under the waves.
Tiberius is jumping up and down by the plant with his hand up in the air.
Yes,
Yes,
Master
yes.
Gnome, all are welcome to speak in my hall. Just speak not
I-
lie. Speak truth.
Well, I have a theory, if you would like to hear it. I believe the blood mercenaries are here for you.
The blood mercenaries.
Who?
Yeah.
Do you mean the Bloodsworn? I'd heard they were in the city, my lord.
I believe they're here for you. I believe you are their contract.
Didn't they say they were travelling north by Siberia?
They said they had a job to take care of before they went after the Drow child. I think Flamesinger's the target.
He might not be too far from the truth, Lord.
Because he's the early warning system for the attack.
These are very proficient adventurers. I suggest more than just a unit of guards.
If you are right, then, and the Bloodsworn's reputation is not misplaced, then you could be in some danger, my friend. Oh dear, the Bloodsworn. Oh no.
Can I make an insight roll to see if Flamesinger's like bullshitting, basically, or
Yeah, you can make an insight.
if
Yeah.
he's acting?
Yeah.
Skills.
Make it in the tower, please.
Yeah.
I think it will do anyway.
You convinced he's lying and start calling it.
He's sweating.
Liar!
Do I get advantage on that?
You don't get advantage unless you have a point of inspiration to spend. Which
No.
That's going to be on your tombstone.
Advantage on.
He died with advantage.
Finally leveled up, died with advantage.
Spent inspiration.
Okay, so he looks a little bit nervous, but he has just received some relatively shocking news. He doesn't appear, as far as you can tell, to be lying. He seems cautious with what he says, though the way he looked at the Archduke, it seems more that he's scared of saying too much to people outside the court of the Archduke.
Okay. So he seems loyal.
As far as you can tell, he seems honest, a little bit shaken. Not particularly great at speaking in front of strangers, but yeah.
Maybe we should protect him.
Are there any defences you can take from underneath the waves? Nets that can be placed out?
Not
Attached
just
You know
beneath
the
the waves, but
problem.
above them too. Hey, my love. And he gently strokes the chest of the osprey on his shoulder.
Gee.
Early warning.
Mr. Flamesinger.
I think you should stay in the castle.
Yes.
This might seem a bit strange, but do you have any large mirrors in your room? In your rooms?
I have several mirrors.
I do believe that last night an attempt may have been made upon my person. It's had something to do with the mirrors. Makate, I think, will back me up that some magic was used last night to send an intruder into our rooms. And if this is all part of the same threat, I beg of you, please, to remove all mirrors from whatever room you're spending the night in tonight.
I will take your concern under advisement. It's
Please. Should I try and persuade him using all my
yeah,
charisma?
you can make a persuade roll.
Please. Please. Use my non-proficient persuasion skill.
You are strange folk. You seem to have walked out of one of the tales that old Olgis tells to her children. But I believe you believe what you say is true, and I will take your advice to heart and do as you say.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I couldn't sleep, not knowing that you hadn't taken my advice. Thank you.
We're the fucking Funk Soul Brothers, mate. We stole shit in many, many universes.
God damn it, Jim.
It seems that the Imperial Senate was right to send you to us. We will make our preparations as we discussed, In the meantime, I ask that you travel to the old mine and investigate. Any information you can uncover would be useful. And I need not tell you that speed is a priority.
What time of day is it?
Okay, by the time all this has been going on, it is late morning.
Let's go.
Right. We shall leave immediately, sire, for the mines.
Let's go.
Very
I
good.
believe-
May
I believe
Procan
we're out of time, and the attack is already on its way.
put wind in your sails.
I nod at him.
And petals
Okay.
shine down upon you.
Prepare your defences well, Baron. We shall return. With the
Okay.
information you seek.
With that, he dismisses you from the hall, and the guards escort you out of the of Amber Ice Keep. And we will take a 2-minute break there, if that's okay.
Yep.
Yeah, fire.
In a bit.
Bloodsworn. God damn it.
Well,
I need to get a point of inspiration.
I nearly gave you one,
What's that about?
but then you said, "Do I get advantage?"
Always penalised for thinking outside the box.
I'd give you advantage for playing with a plan. Made me laugh. I'm completely lost, to be honest.
What time do you want to finish tonight, Dave? You working tomorrow, mate? Ah, no, he's AFK, is he?
I believe so.
Oh, you're working tomorrow, of course, Rich. 10 o'clock okay for you, or would you rather finish
I'm
earlier?
alright. I'm alright, mate. Whatever, whenever.
Okay.
Not that anyone cares what I'm working tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, sorry, Becky.
I work
What
most
time
weekends,
would
so
you
it's fine.
like to finish?
I'm easy as. Yeah, I think Dave's up earliest, so.
Okay. We shall ask him when he gets back.
I feel like
Yeah.
we've just like beelined completely right from like last session.
Them Bloodsworn are definitely there for Flamesinger. I'm fucked, mate. I'll bet my character on it. My gnome intuition. It's not wrong.
They said that their thing was.
Yeah, you've been playing with Neil for too many years.
Oh, so she'll plot out. Games master. Or fortunate ever turn.
Yeah, we don't poke fun at the games master though. We don't needle him.
I do.
Rich does.
I do. I always do.
I wouldn't have it any other way.
Huh?
Okay, Dave, just a quick check. What time do you want to finish? Is 10 okay, or is that too late for you?
Yeah, 10's okay. Cool.
Okay.
Yeah, I had a bit of a shut eye this afternoon.
Okay, mate.
Man, needed it.
Okay, so you head out and cross the bridge back into the outskirts of Amber Cove. Where are you going? What are you doing?
Right, that's the
We're
map.
gonna get our horses and hop off to the mines.
We still
Okay.
have our horses.
Yeah, we stabled them, didn't we?
Back to the turtle and get all that stuff and head straight out.
Okay, you take an hour. Head back, get all your equipment, settle the room bill, and you head out. You're told that the old road leading south along the coast from the city of Amber Cove will take you close to the old mine of Berranzo.
Mm.
It's going to take most of the day to get there.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
They arrive at night in cover. That's what we want. We want to slowly crest a hill and look at the entrance of the mine like in Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Can somebody roll a d20 for me, please?
Yes.
Damn it.
Wow.
Okay.
Hey, I love your dice, Becky. Ando.
Thank you so much.
Roll a dice.
No, we've already done that. And that's the
Well done, Rich.
What?
Dice.
It's a T20 doublet.
Yeah.
Easy sausage.
Okay, just bear with me 1 second.
Choose any one of those. Okay, stop. Yeah, stop. Not until I get a 20.
Getting the shit rolls out of the way.
Uh-huh.
Gonna keep rolling till he gets
No,
inspiration.
I'm done now. Because the next one's going to be a 20.
Is it?
If my next roll in combat isn't a 20, my character will kill himself.
Oh, what?
Okay, you spend the day walking along the coast road to the south. It's not as well laid out as the Amber Coast Way was that you took to Wolfhall.
Yeah.
In many places the track disappears completely and you have to sort of travel on and find it again. But it always seems to hug the coast quite closely.
They'll be okay. I'm a survivalist. I'm Bear Grylls.
It starts to get dark. Are you going to camp or are you going to push on?
Well, I can see in the dark, so, and it's going to be dark in the mine anyway. So I'm just going to suggest pushing onto the group.
Okay,
I agree.
you push on. Right.
Yeah, push on. We want to arrive at night in the dark so we can pause on the horizon and check what we're seeing.
Okay.
Our night vision will be fully adjusted by the time we reach the mine, so we will be
With it?
advantage on all attack rolls.
Yeah, we want to sneak up on the fucking thing and watch what's going on and get some intelligence first.
Yeah.
And charge straight in.
Why is that? Oh, hold on. I need to take that off. Okay, there we go.
Still getting error messages. Why am I still
Yeah,
getting
that I know why that is. There's a thing needs updating that they haven't updated yet.
off my voodoo?
Okay, that's that.
Oh dear, voodoo, dear, doo-doo.
Okay, so it's getting into the evening, it's getting dark, there's a wind blowing in, but it's not particularly cold. It's sort of past midsummer, but there's still a warm air blowing in from the sea. And as you get towards, it's getting on towards midnight, but off to one side of the trail you suddenly notice a pile of discarded mining equipment, pickaxes, carts, sledgehammers and the like. The items are rusted beyond use, but there seems to be a scattered trail of them leading down a pathway that's overgrown with gorse bushes. And as you scan the path, you notice it leads to the base of a rocky outcrop which has caved in where it meets the trail.
Tell me, Tiberius, what do you know I see? I see. We shall
Where the
investigate.
heading is that?
I shall check for tracks, if I may, on the approach to the. What we
Yeah,
think
you
is
can
the
make
mine.
a survival check, please.
Let's just see what we might be dealing with.
There don't appear to be any tracks leading down the pathway. You get the impression it hasn't been used for a very long time.
Oh, we will continue.
Okay, you head down. The pathway leads to a collapsed mine entrance. There's more broken gear nearby. but it's completely caved in.
Just sit and watch for a bit for any movement on the horizon, anywhere near, sounds coming from anywhere in the night.
Okay.
Spend a couple of hours in a
10,
OP,
15 minutes.
yeah,
So-
position.
Still,
Luna, the large moon, is waxing, but it's a gibbous moon, so it's quite large still. And Selene is waning, but is also gibbous as well. So there's quite a lot of light being shed down from the moons. The gorse bushes are just black silhouettes against the starry sky. There's the gentle wash of the ocean in the distance. You can't see anything moving.
Right, I'll go over and examine the collapsed cave entrance and use my gnome. Oh shit, I'm not a rock gnome. I'm a forest gnome. I'm sure I've got something.
Nice.
Can you do that yourself, Dave? Or do
Yeah.
you- Okay.
You've got no chance.
Curse. Wanderer.
Dun.
It's Wanderer. You have excellent memory for maps and geography, and you can always recall the general layout of terrain, settlements, and other features around you. In addition, you can find food and fresh water for yourself and up to 5 other people each day, provided that the
Okay. So what are you doing? Yeah, there doesn't appear to be any movement. There's the occasional rustle in the bushes. An owl flies overhead.
It's occupied. I know it's occupied. I know it's occupied.
So does it look like a full cave in that's blocked?
It does, yeah. And it looks like it happened quite some time ago. It's not a recent thing.
Okay, so we need to
so
find.
gain entrance elsewhere. We need.
Yeah, I think we I think we should go up high and see if there's an air shaft or something above on the hill.
Yeah, have a walk around the hills, like. See.
Yeah, I'm going to look for tracks, Mr. GM. while
Okay,
I'm
yeah.
doing this.
So you can make a survival check for tracks.
See if the entrance is used, or if not, we come across any
You don't see any.
near the entrance.
None at all, no.
Oh, it doesn't look like this. It doesn't look like the main entrance is used. Yeah, maybe.
You remember when you mentioned Berranzo before that the place was avoided, there were some rumours that it was haunted, that there was some curse over the place that caused the mine to be shut.
Maybe we should head down towards the sea and see if just scout down towards the sea. If that's where
Maybe
these
if we look to
creatures
the
live.
southwest, look at the map, the strange map, the symbol of the mine, and then to the southwest is that strange head.
That could have been just a convenience of the least cluttered spot on the map to draw it.
Or Westall Mine.
Yes, it could be, but in the absence of anywhere else to look, Roderick.
But
the
if
sea's
these-
miles away.
It's not miles away. It's probably 40-minute walk to the north. You can just about hear it on the edge of your hearing.
Yeah.
I'll have a good scout round the area of the
Okay.
mine for another entrance.
Another half hour.
Looking for drafts, wind breezes,
Sure.
sound of water running.
Okay.
Anything
Make
in the
investigation checks.
I'm gonna help him.
Okay. You have a really good scout round. You spend a good hour. I mean, it is dark, so it's difficult. But 2 of you have dark vision, and you can't find any other way into the mine other than the caved-in entrance.
Maybe they've just covered their tracks.
Can you detect evil?
Hang
Detect
on.
date.
Can you sense danger anywhere?
Yeah, there! I point at Tiberius. No.
Don't get too close, or you might by the
I haven't.
You might lose a finger.
I haven't had any contact with anything recently that's been able to warn me of danger, I'm afraid.
Your danger sense isn't tingling, Hecate.
I mean, it may be
Does it
that
look like it would take us a long time to clear the mine entrance, or are we even capable of it?
You can make. I mean, you can try shifting some boulders. You can make a strength, dex, con, intelligence, wisdom, or charisma check, whichever you want to judge.
I'll make a dex check, please.
Okay.
I think we should check to the south.
Sorry, should I have rolled that in there?
No, you should, but that's okay. You see a tiny gap between some of the rocks, and being the smallest of the group, Tiberius, you think there's a chance you might be able to squeeze through. But you kind of get your shoulders in and wiggle from side to side, but you just can't pass through, unfortunately.
A wedge between some rocks.
Two little legs sticking out. Ah!
Can't you just fireball the fucking shit?
I could probably cast living objects on some
Oh,
trees
I would.
and get them to shift it all.
Yeah, that. Oh, brilliant! You can have a point of inspiration for that idea. Trees, big strong trees clearing the way. Go for it.
We
I
always
love
do
it.
that.
I like that idea.
How
That's brilliant,
how many things and of what size can you control?
These like 3 little saplings. Like, 20 hours. Yeah.
little twigs.
you know,
The arm.
So it would be large objects count as 4 objects,
Mhm.
so I can have
So a tree would be a large object.
and I think I can have
Takes a
4 non-magical objects. So yeah, I can have like 1 large tree
long time.
or 2 medium trees.
The ends go to war.
So are you going to do that, Kat, or?
Do it.
Are we
I'm
doing
going to
that?
give you award you a point of inspiration for that idea.
Yeah.
I think it's brilliant.
It's a good idea. You can have a point of inspiration.
Nice.
Right,
Yeah, agreed.
I will cast
Ooh.
sorry. Living
Okay.
object.
Tick off your
I believe it's
hex
3.
points, isn't it?
Yeah, let me just double check. I think it's 3. Yes, 3 hex points.
Okay, you find a suitable tree near the entrance to the mine. It's an old gnarled thing. It doesn't have many leaves. It looks half dead, but you can tell that it's not. But it's very old. You kneel down in front of it. Do you want to describe your ritual or anything you're particularly doing?
I'll place my hands on the ground, almost like
Mhm.
rooting my fingers into the dirt,
Yeah.
and I'll whisper something to myself, bury my fingers into the dirt, and it will come alive.
Okay, so you plunge your hands down into the earth. You feel the connection, you make the connection in the weave between yourself and the earth and the tree. And you start to emit power through that connection, pulsing it down into the tree. The branches of the tree just shiver and shake slightly as though a small breeze has gone past. And then there's a slow creaking noise. And the earth around your hands is suddenly disturbed as a huge root comes up and lifts out of the dirt. What are you commanding the tree to do?
I'm commanding the tree to clear the entrance to the mine
Okay.
in a safe manner so that we can all get through and back out safely.
Slowly, with a creaking noise and a jerky movement like an arthritic old man, the tree pulls itself out of the earth and slowly strides across to the mine. It plunges, leans over and plunges some branches down into the gaps between the rocks, and you can see the twigs at the end of the branches begin to grow down into the cracks, and then with a great heave, the tree rears up and it pulls back and pulls several of the rocks away, moves them over to one side and dumps them at the side of the trail, and then goes back and continues. That was really good. You've managed to avoid quite some difficult skill checks there. But after about 30 minutes, the entrance to the mine is cleared enough so that a person could walk in. the rocks, a few of the rocks fell down, but the tree moved them out of the way. The tree then goes and stands by the side of the cave entrance. The entire form of the tree suddenly shudders and shakes and then falls still.
I'm going to place my hand on it and say thank you. Good tweet.
You can see a tunnel leading in. It appears to be natural rock. There are some old rotted supports and girders have been laid up against the walls. It's dark, it's dusty, but the way is open.
Yeah, I cast a light cantrip on my belt buckle so I can see until it's covered.
It's like
Okay.
Buzz Lightyear.
Yeah, I'm a rhinestone
Let me put
cowboy.
that on you.
Alright,
He's,
come on, boys. I've done
he's
the
a
hard bit.
rodeo star. He's got a big belt buckle.
I like
Okay.
treated, but have at it.
Okay, you head inside.
2 seconds, Neil.
Okay.
I will.
What's that?
Me
I'm not sure.
turning into a werewolf.
Oh, it's in actions. I'm a rhinestone cowboy.
Up,
Where's my shit gone? There it is. We're home.
Oh. Gets me every time when you do that.
Okay. You head into the narrow tunnel. It winds left and right for maybe 30 feet. And then it starts to slope downwards. And then you see steps have been cut out of the stone leading down into the earth.
Could you take 6 hit points off me, please, Neil, for Crimson Right?
I can.
Ow. Is that good or bad?
It's bad. Well,
Bad.
It's on the higher end.
Hail will be nice. Just in,
What? Sorry?
okay, so you're at the top of the steps. Do you carry on further down?
Is there a map here? Sorry.
Not yet. Yeah,
Okay.
Neil, would you please inform me when my danger sense starts?
I will.
Please. Thank you.
So you start to head down the steps. Atticus, it's absolutely pitch black in here, apart from the light of Roderick's belt buckle.
I like a torch.
You're gonna light a torch.
Yeah, let me do it.
Torch on.
So take one off.
Okay. Torch onto Atticus. There we go. And you head down into the mine. As you head down the steps, Cat, your danger sense does start to tingle, and it's not like it normally is. It feels different. There is a presence here. Something malign. It's not something specific. It's not a specific danger. But the entire area seems to have a malign presence of its own.
I can track undead.
I think it's more of a spirit. or-
Yeah, well, I can. Yeah, but I can track undead presence. It's one of my.
Is the spirit class as undead?
It depends.
I think so.
Present. I don't know. Just be on your guard down here, guys. Something doesn't feel right.
Thank you. Thank you for the warning, Hecate.
You head down the stairs and they open out into a carved chamber. Thin shards of light from the moon above pierce the utter darkness of this empty chamber from cracks in the rock ceiling. The scarce light illuminates 4 stone pillars covered in engraved mandalas. At the end of the hall are a pair of stone doors about 8 feet tall with thick handles of brass. And now I will share the map with you. Let me know if there's any issues with the map.
No, straight up, mate.
Doosh, 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 doosh.
Yeah, that's that.
Good, good, good.
Moving to the centre of the room.
Okay. You move into the room. You see the large stone doors on the east side of the room. The place is covered in dust. The place is covered in dust and detritus. It looks like it's been abandoned for some time. There's some broken equipment lying about. There's heavy webbing, cobwebs on the west side of the room. There's the 4 carved pillars and the door to the east.
I move forward a bit.
So what's the carvings?
You can go and have a look at them. They're on the pillars.
Go and have a look.
Okay. You have a look at them and you immediately recognise them, actually, Atticus. They're motifs of imperial origin. They have been carved with the imperial sigil.
Well, it was an imperial mine, so I'll point that out.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
Let us go deeper. Head over to the opening. That's the only opening, isn't it?
Yeah, the only
Deeper
exit
into the
you can
opening.
see is the
Sounds good.
steps heading up, or the heavy stone doors to the east.
Are you guys all right?
No.
He's laughing at you.
Get it out your system.
Unintentional sexual innuendo. Rolls off the tongue.
Aha, some doors.
Okay, the doors are made of stone. They are also carved with imperial sigils. They're closed.
I'm gonna put my ear to the door. I have an advantage on hearing checks in wolf form. I'm not lying. I'm not lying.
I know you're not, but that's what
straight
makes it funny.
I'm gonna have a listen at the door.
Yeah, make a perception check with advantage, please.
Everybody doubts me.
No, what big ears do you have?
It's all you can hear is the odd occasional drip of water or a pebble or stone cracking.
Okay.
Nothing else.
This entrance hasn't been used for ages.
Whatever comes through those doors, hold your ground.
What if it's up? What we're going through those doors?
No, death is not the end.
Tiberius, are you okay?
It's the custom of the Silver Veil.
The gibbous moons are driving Tiberius mad in his wolf form.
Yeah.
And then you see it.
Try and push the door open, Neil. Neil, try and push
Okay,
the
can
door.
you make a strength check for me, please?
Okay, what am I doing? Just...
I will assist him.
A strength check. If Tiberius is helping, you can do so with advantage.
I get advantage on strength checks, so does that mean we get advantage?
Okay, the doors are really heavy. They seem to be made of solid blocks of stone. It takes you a moment, but dust begins to fall from around the rim of the door as you force them, and then there's a grinding noise, and you open both of the doors.
Good job, sir.
At least I would if I could.
Smile
Okay.
at Tiberius.
Done too, Baron. For what lies behind those doors?
Has he been on those fucking drug shrimps again?
Walk to the east on the third day. You're on you fools. That's that Gandalf shit I've been posting in the lads. That fucking guy.
That was funny.
What?
What is this bullshit?
The sea, was it the sea always tells the truth?
Oh, yeah.
The sea never lies.
Move a little closer to the doorway.
Okay.
Do not mistake me for some cheap.
I've moved through.
Okay, you descend down a small unlit stone stairway. The steps are dusty and rubble strewn and clearly haven't been used in a long time. Each footstep echoes down the long black corridor ahead of you. To one side of the stairs you can see a small rail for mine carts connected to a pulley system.
Does this go nowhere then?
Hold my torch out. Yeah, it's not lit up for some reason. I've not moved forward either, I have.
Ah,
There's no movement on for you, Mark, sorry.
Uh-huh.
Right, hold your horses, Tiberius. Let's sort Mark.
yeah.
Atticus out.
You can't have a go at me because I'm with the program.
Oh, there we go.
There's nothing wrong with my map drills.
No, it was Atticus was struggling to walk down the corridor for some reason.
Again.
Okay, the corridor begins to open out, and you emerge into an enormous natural cavern. A huge crevasse below you is spanned by a pair of rickety-looking wooden walkways anchored to a central pillar of stone. The crevasse itself is at least 50 feet deep and has dozens of crevices chiselled into the walls where miners have dug for veins of ore or precious minerals. That's all you can see at the moment. The darkness of the cavern is lit by faintly glowing crystals.
I'm just keeping an eye on the rear.
I'll move in fully. Just
Yeah.
Is that where's the crevasse? Oh, okay.
Right where Tiberius has just gone to the ladder there.
Another staircase.
To the to the west is a man-made tunnel leading into the rock, and over the crevasse you can see a wide semi-natural tunnel leading further down into the mountains. Peering down into the crevasse to what Tiberius, can you make a perception check for me?
Yes.
I've moved.
Yes,
please
Games
move
Master.
me
Do I
forward.
need to drag that into
Thank
the
you,
dungeon, or
Roger.
will it automatically do it?
Sorry, what are you doing?
Yeah, it's right. It automatically does it.
Yeah.
In the
You
tower.
look down into the darkness of the crevasse that fills the central cavern. You can see it has several levels connected by rope ladders. It's been heavily mined, and the tools of that trade lie abandoned all around. Every now and again, some mineral deposit in the wall twinkles and catches your eye. But you see movement down in the crevasse. Something
to the east of-
skittering.
To the east of my character.
Yeah.
Can I move, please, now when you get 2 seconds?
Yes. That's okay.
Thank
You
you.
can. Thank you.
I'll pull my shield off my back and I'll nod to the rest of the group that I've, and I'll signal.
The other thing you can see to the south, at the bottom of the crevasse, is a huge adamantine grate covering the entrance to what appears to be an old forge. But there seems to be a strange light emanating from it.
So it's being used. Does it look like the forge is being used?
There's no sign of any life other than something you can hear skitting around in the darkness below. And there's broken tools about. There's no sign of any intelligent life that you can see at the moment.
I'll pull a torch from my backpack, light it, and chuck it into the crevasse where I've seen the movement.
The torch arcs slowly. Cross it off your inventory, please. The torch arcs slowly and falls into the crevasse, casting big shadows as it does so. It hits the bottom and several forms skitter out of the way. They seem to be some kind of large, pony-sized beetles with strange, feathery tentacles coming out of their
Want to go down
bodies.
there? Oh my god! Hell no!
A rust monster.
Awful.
Don't they dissolve weapons and equipment?
Yep.
Good job, my shit's all magical then, isn't it?
There's a bridge here. There's a bridge over here. I think we could probably get across.
Yeah, a pair of wooden walkways hang perilously over the edge of the crevasse, connected by a natural pillar of stone in the centre. The wooden planks of the bridge look somewhat worm-eaten, and the rope has frayed in several places.
God. Hmm.
Well, one at a time if we're going.
Did you say there was a cavern on the west, like kind of down where I am, asking to move?
Yes, there is a tunnel there. Yeah, is your torch? It is working. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, you can see it. There's
Right.
and it's a man-made. It's actually dressed stone stairs leading down to a door.
I'll head over
Guys,
to
over here.
Should we investigate that forge or not?
I think we should investigate behind our backs first, and then
Okay.
would afterwards.
Would you like me to take point, Mr. Baron?
Switcheroo!
Switcheroo. As I have damage resistance.
I'll try to do a switcheroo deal.
Switch it up.
There we go.
Let me dance with the devil.
I'm back down behind you. Thank you.
yes. Whatever creatures there are down here would probably head to the more civilized parts of the mine, maybe.
You had one job, a sealed door.
If we're looking for a laboratory. And they would probably seek out whatever comfort they could.
I can't see. I have nothing in front of me. I can't
No,
see.
there's a door in front of you.
Oh, right, okay. I will listen at the door, please, Neil, if I may.
Yeah, make a perception with advantage, please.
Skill.
Allegedly.
Might as well use this wolf hearing.
You can hear a skittering and a squeaking noise from behind the door.
Does it sound similar to what was in the crevice?
It's difficult to say. It does appear to be a natural sound, so a creature is making it.
Okay. I'll try the door.
The door is locked.
Oh, fooled by a locked door. Why did no one play a thief?
Quick, Atticus, pick up the gnome. We're going to use him as a battering ram.
Roger that!
My head is thick, thicker than a steel door.
It's not a steel door, it's a wooden door.
All right.
Brace your neck muscles, Tiberius.
Go on, Atticus. We shall break this down together.
Okay.
I'll get out
Tiberius,
one of my hand axes and start chopping at it.
Tiberius, make a strength check at advantage if Atticus is helping.
I get a strength check at advantage anyway. Atticus may as well do the big shoulder push. He's the big guy.
Are you that strong, Tiberius?
I have 9 strength.
Are you just going to offer like words of encouragement then?
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
you're doing
Atticus
really
is
well.
he's the man.
Okay,
He's
well,
the strength
I'll
man.
need to swap you round then, so Atticus is by the door.
Okay.
So you squeeze past each other in the tunnel, Atticus starts bashing his shoulder against the door.
I'll just be pushing him on the arse.
And then on the third crash, the
I'll
door
turn unexpectedly so you grab my cock.
bursts
No, I would never live this down. Can I lose a sanity point, please? Just his cock.
open. After dealing with the locked door, you find yourself in a room that has been cut into the rock. Resting against the walls are racks of pickaxes, sledgehammers and chisels and other mining tools. And stacked up in the far corner are half a dozen mine carts. To the left of the door is a desk upon which lie a number of metal ingots. But a huge squeaking noise issues out of the room and boiling over the surface of the
It's a swarm.
desk comes a swarm of rats. You've seen these rats before. They're large, dog-sized rats, and the tops of their skulls are missing, their brains pulsing in the tops of
the
their
right place.
heads.
Oh no, they're gonna
Everybody
Yeah,
roll
brains.
initiative, please.
We're in the
really
right
up
place.
brains.
Where's Raticus when you need him?
Really up brains.
Raticus of the Raticusness.
That's bad. Cranium brat.
Shocking initiative rolls, chaps.
Just need
pretty much.
Okay,
Oh,
How you do it, please?
Cat, you're first up. As the door, you hear the crashing of the door, Atticus cursing, and the squeaking of these strange rats.
What have you done now, boys?
shit.
Lovely swarm, funny this boy.
Okay, what are you doing, Cat?
Just move to there. Please. That's a bit
Can you still see them from there?
bollocks, then I can't. Back. Right, I'm gonna use a fire
Fireball or firebolt?
firebolt just to counter it.
Okay.
My range is better than that.
Wow. First of the session.
Why am I those yellow?
Because you can change that. They automatically get turn that colour when you do a fire effect.
Ah, okay, that's cool. I like that.
Okay. So the
Yeah.
tunnel you're standing in is suddenly lit up as this ball of flame races past the three of you standing in the corridor. Smashes into the room and explodes in a big ball of light, and you hear the pains of the squealing rats inside. Excuse me.
Here over the heads. Are we dead yet? Are we done? Can we carry on?
Are you done, Cat?
Yes, thank you.
Okay.
Ooh, 28 damage.
Yeah, that was
That's
good.
not
Yeah.
bad. Alright.
Okay. Let me just think what I'm going to do.
Run away. Overcome by fear.
Okay. That's going to be centered on Atticus. It's 10 foot, so Atticus, Tiberius, and Rodri.
Everyone except for the person who just nearly killed them.
Point.
Save versus death.
Should have some saving throws come up.
I'm buying some fancy dice.
Are you jealous?
Well, I'm going to wait till February. Maybe Neil will buy me some. Let's face it, we'll still be doing this campaign this time next year anyway.
You'll still be level 6 in February, mate.
I know. I'm a patient man. I've had to be.
Everybody else will be level 10 apart from Tiberius.
Okay. You all feel a strange presence in your minds. And there's a cloud of confusion descends on the three of you. And for a moment you're not sure who's friend or foe. Then you shake your heads and with the force of willpower you clear your minds again.
They're in my head.
Atticus, you're up.
Fucking hate rats. So yeah, on fucking shit rats every fucking day. Rats.
Can you see them from there, Atticus?
Fucking rat. I can see them.
Alright.
No, I don't know. I'll move forward.
Can
to
you see
there.
them on the map? If you can see them on the map, you can see them.
No, I can't.
Yes, I can see.
I believe the correct response is yes, Master DM.
Fucking see them, man. Fucking hell. God, acting like you're the GM and all that shit. Anybody think you're in charge?
Why that
Okay, you fire your pistol. There's a loud echoing retort from the gun as you fire it. You fire it into the swarm of rats, but being a swarm, you see a couple of the rats fall over dead, but the bodies of of its companions swarm over it. Are you doing anything else?
No, that's it. Apart from I'm going to move just a little bit more in to give someone else access to come in.
Okay.
There we go.
Tiberius.
Okay, I will move to there, 10 feet. And I will move there, 5 feet. And I will target said swarm.
And annihilate it.
And I will give it some better shit.
Oh my god, the rolls tonight.
There we go.
Yeah.
Oh, a couple of ones in there.
Okay.
Wow. Do I get a go?
Wow.
Still
Okay.
want that fight.
So
Fight day.
Tiberius comes bounding on all fours around the corner, his back legs skidding around the corner as he piles into the rats. Atticus, you see bodies of rats flying left and right and up and down as his jaws snap and his claws swoop down. And at the end of it, Tiberius is just standing there in this pile of dead bodies.
With a rat in my mouth.
I look at him and just nod. Nice work.
There are two doors leading out of the room, one to the west and one to the south.
Have a quick search around the room, but obviously
So-
you'll be able to tell if it's been freshly disturbed.
Yeah, there's all these broken tools lining the walls, some broken mine carts, but on the desk there are several metal ingots.
Have a look.
Ooh, what precious metal are those?
There are 12 ingots that appear to be made of iron, 3 ingots that appear to be made out of gold.
Take me a gold ingots. Party inventory.
There's also a set of
How many?
smith's tools.
How many?
12 iron ingots and 3 gold ingots.
Just take the gold.
How about we leave them all here? We know this place from what Hecate said has got a malign spirit. Do we really want to rob the place?
Oh yeah, the curse. You're
We've got 'em in.
absolutely right. As Tiberius is shifting gold bars into his bag.
Yeah.
We should not touch anything or take anything from here whatsoever.
Are you going to take the gold bars, Tiberius?
No.
Okay.
Shame, you should have done. That would have been fucking hilarious.
The door to the south is open. It's a circular iron door around 5 feet across, hanging ajar. And beyond is a small room.
What is this? I will investigate cautiously. I'm going to make an investigation roll, if I may, for traps, loose tiles, anything that looks
Okay.
Bark if you need it.
as I approach.
Just check everyone's passive
Give us a howl if you
perception.
need us.
Okay.
Oh.
Stop misbehaving, you, madam.
Okay, you don't detect anything trap-like, but you do see 2 long trunks on either side of the room which have been cracked open and appear to have been rummaged through. There are. You can still see that there's something inside them.
I'll just use the rim of my shield to shift through them.
You're going to rim it.
Okay. You can see some tools in there, some smiths, some masons' tools, some jewelers' tools, and a small velvet pouch.
Ooh.
Can you make an investigation check for me?
Yes.
You also notice several small shavings of adamantine, which you know is a highly prized metal by armour smiths.
Ooh.
I'm going to scoop them up, Neil, and put them into my sack.
Okay. Are you looking in the pouch, or are you?
I am going to look in the pouch, because I'm a gnome and I'm very, very curious, and I can't help myself.
Okay. Well, Roger, you see Tiberius looking into a pouch.
Careful, Tiberius.
So in the pouch there are some gems. 10 gems in total.
Excellent. It's just dust. Pop them in there.
Do I see these gems sparkling in my...
Make a perception check. Are you trying to hide them, Tiberius?
No.
No, you don't, Rodri. You rolled a 2.
I'll chuck the bag of gems at Rodri.
Okay. And there's also the shards of adamantine as well.
I'm going to take that. That's going in my pocket.
Sounds very good.
Because I want to be Wolverine.
But there's gems
I want
in
it
here,
injected
Tiberius.
into my bones.
Okay.
I'll put the pouch of gems on my inventory. I'll carry them.
I'm going to take the adamant.
Cat, the hairs on your arms are starting to stand up.
Approach with caution.
What-
Something
what?
else down here.
What are we looking for? I'm not sure. We're just investigating the mines. They have
We're
some...
looking for a laboratory.
Mm. I shall
Whoever-
return to the rest of the group then. If I have found nothing else, no secret doors. Do I need to make another
You
investigation
need
roll?
to check for that. You need to tell me which walls you're checking and
Okay,
roll.
I'm sorry. Cancel my move if you could, please, Neil.
I'm going into help.
I will
and
check
look.
the south wall for secrets.
Okay,
Or
can you make
anything
a perception check for me, please?
Oh. Sorry, I thought it was investigation.
Okay, you don't see anything.
Okay, I'll check the other two walls as well, please.
Okay.
So
Are
the
you
left
helping him,
wall first.
Rodri, or are you...
Yes, yeah, I am.
So
yeah,
you can
I wanna-
make the roll with advantage. Which one are you doing
Okay.
first?
The left wall, please.
Okay.
I believe things are hidden here, especially with those cranium rats around. Something.
No, you
Uh,
don't find anything on the left wall.
And the right wall, please.
Or you don't find anything on the right wall either.
Can I check the south wall again with Rodri's assistance?
You can check it one more time, yeah.
Thank you. My spider sense is tingling.
The first time you didn't spot it, but in the left-hand side of the southern wall, you see an outline of a panel.
Oh yeah.
I'll investigate it to see how it looks like it's
Yeah,
activated.
can you make an investigation check, please?
Check it out, man. Have a look. See what you found.
Okay, yeah, you. It does appear to be some kind of panel in the wall. You push against it, and then you can feel that it slides to one side.
Okay, I'll slide it to one side.
Do it.
Okay.
Told you.
The panel of stone slides aside, revealing a small opening around 2 feet across, inside of which is a wooden chest decorated with adamantine gilding.
What have you found, Tiberius?
I have found a chest. I will investigate it for traps, if I may.
Okay.
Or is it perception or investigation?
You can choose this time.
Investigation, please.
It's
There is a
very
reason I got investigation, because I'm going to start going a bit more roguey.
You can see that just around the edge of the chest it appears to be sat on some kind of a pressure plate.
Caution, my friends.
Why?
There is a pressure plate.
Oh, just
Right, I will sling a rope around the chest
I thought I had the hippie-jibbies.
Okay.
carefully,
Mhm.
and then I will position myself around the corner,
Okay.
and I will pull the chest out of the room. I will tell Rodri to stand clear as I pull
Okay.
the chest out.
Oh, Okay,
Can you make a
back off.
dexterity saving throw, please?
I
Yeah.
back off.
My dexterity saving throw. There you go.
Okay, you manage to pull the chest out quick enough, and just as you start to move it, you hear a grinding noise. You pull as quickly and as hard as you can. The chest comes crashing out, and as it does so, a steel sharp steel blade slams down across the entrance to the cubbyhole.
Haha.
That could have hurt somebody. What kind of idiot puts that there?
Obviously, they don't want us to find what's in there.
I'm sure that was intentional, Gregory.
Is the chest locked, Games Master?
You try to open it, and it does appear to be locked. Yes.
I'll look to the party for ideas.
It's not a pressing concern. Maybe you should take it out and have a look at it later.
No, it has an adamantine crest on it. I believe this is of importance.
Just rip it
Atticus,
apart.
give me a hand. Let's jimmy this thing open.
Oh,
You are
okay.
the strongest of the group.
Go over.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
have
How
triggered
big,
the
how
trap.
big is it? How big is this chest?
Maybe a foot across. Bit larger.
Corte, were you looking unsettled? There's something wrong.
No, I mean, I think the chest was probably setting me up a little bit.
I will assist Atticus in jimmying this.
I've got a crowbar, Neil. So sorry, that's why I was silent. I was looking at my inventory. I've got a crowbar. I'll put it in and try and crack them.
I'll assist him.
Okay. Make a strength check, please, with advantage.
It's not that big. Surely it can't be that strong.
It's bound with adamantium bindings. It makes it very difficult to open. There's a very thin gap between the lid, and you can't force it open. You feel close. You feel you're not far off, but it won't crack.
Are we allowed another go, or
Somebody else is.
you
I'll have a
you
go.
two have a crack at it?
A hand on the crowbar. Whoever's going to do it.
Okay.
I'll have a go. A strength check.
Assist him.
A strength check. Here it comes. And I will.
We're assisting. So you get a
Okay,
hand.
you get the crowbar in. There's a bit of a scratch and a gap already been made by Atticus's.
Oh yeah, they
attempt.
loosened it first. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the old
right.
jam jar. He's loosened. And with a big crack, the half of the lid breaks and flies open. As it does so, the chest skitters along the stone, and there's a smashing noise. Yeah, you can have a look inside.
You broke
Yeah.
whatever was in there.
You look inside, and the first thing you see is broken glass and liquid sloshing around in the bottom of
No.
the chest.
God damn it!
But also lying in the glass shards and the liquid are a lot of coins and an adamantine dagger with a wyvern engraved along the blade.
Stick it in the party inventory for now.
Yeah.
Okay.
How much cash is in there, Neil?
You can take the time to count it all out. You can tell there's over 200 silver in there.
Yeah, do I
We're not
recognise
bothered
that
about
within
silver,
crest?
are we? Fuck that. Fucking me.
So I reckon Neil's probably the only GM on the planet that would put treasure into a dungeon, and then when the adventure comes along, goes, no, they don't deserve all of that. I'm going to take the potion away.
That'd be sweet.
It's if you'd have opened it with thieves' tools, you wouldn't have damaged. But if a strength check, it broke the potion. I'm afraid.
Do I recognise that
I
within
think-
crest, Neil? The history roll away.
You have a look at the dagger.
Cool.
Just bear with me 1 second.
Picture of it?
I don't think I have a picture, but just bear with me 1 second.
Wow.
No, I don't have a picture. You don't recognise it, but Atticus, looking over your shoulder, does. It's an old symbol that was sometimes used by the Scarlet Brotherhood.
Ooh.
It's an old symbol that was sometimes used by the Scarlet Brotherhood. There's a link here.
Remind me again about the Scarlet Brotherhood. Were they good guys or bad guys?
Nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition.
They're bad guys, sowing discord amongst the advancing society and communities of the Empire.
What the hell they were doing down here?
Don't know, but we'll take it with us. Right,
Maybe it's stolen.
It's perhaps a mystery for another day. Let's
let us press on.
look somewhere else.
There's a door by Atticus, by the way, just in case you haven't
Oh
seen.
yeah. Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah, test the door, open the door. Listen at the door. Listen at the door. That's what I do.
Alright.
That was close.
Um,
Reaching for the door handle. Shit, no, listen first.
okay. Make a perception check, please.
Okay. I will.
I'm ready.
Whoa.
There you go.
I'm ready.
Take that. Fucking have that. Yeah. What do you think of that? No, seriously, what do you think of it? What did I roll?
I'm just about to tell you. You don't hear anything.
Open the door.
Okay, this door isn't locked, and it opens to reveal a passageway that ends in another door and a turning to the left.
Is it a thin passageway?
Yeah, it's about 5 feet wide.
Tiberius, did you want to go first?
Yes.
You seem to like scampering on ahead of the group, like a normal. good
Well,
dog.
I've got the senses and the vision. I can spot traps as well.
Just makes it feel like we're more out for a walk with you, you know.
I've got +6 investigation. I'm waiting for the GM to confirm my move.
Oh, sorry, you have to tell me if I can't
Sorry.
always see it.
I'll go to the corner. There.
Okay, there are some steps that lead down to another corner.
Right. I'll look at Atticus' door or stairs.
I'll hold the stairs. You try the door.
I'll listen at the door, please, Nail.
Okay, make a perception check with advantage, please.
Can't wait till I get a few more levels and I can get a bit more fifi.
You hear a strange sputtering noise from the other side of the door.
Does it sound like something's boiling?
It sounds like flame. The guttering of flames.
I'll try the door.
Flames means
Quietly. Make a stealth check to open the door stealthily.
Okay, the door swings open. This room was clearly used as an office at some point, but it has since been converted for other purposes. Strange glass vials and jars line the shelves on the walls, filled with strange green liquids and bodily organs. A large desk has been dragged into the centre of the room, and upon it lies a human corpse. Its arms have been sliced open from shoulder to wrist, and strange claws have been attached to the muscles and ligaments within, pinning the skin back. Hovering behind the desk,
Oh God.
you see a creature in black velvet robes, blue skin with strange adamantine rods fitted into its skull, and 4 long writhing tentacles where its mouth should be. And you hear a voice in your mind. More experiments.
It's one of the aliens!
And we'll leave the session there for tonight.